Asterisk voice direction asterisk warm, romantic, nostalgic, slow cinematic pacing. At Westbridge University, everyone knew Coco Brown and Vanilla Hayes. Coco was quiet, kind, and always ready to help. Vanilla was confident, talented, and admired by everyone on campus. Together, they seemed perfect. But behind closed doors, they shared a secret. They were already married. Coco believed Vanilla was his future. He left her sweet notes, remembered every little detail, and chose her every single day. But recently, Vanilla's attention had begun to drift toward someone from her past. Hunter Pepper, her old crush, and the person who would soon change their lives forever. One Friday evening, Vanilla sat with her friends in the student lounge. Hunter Pepper leaned against the table with a confident smile. "You always say Coco would do anything for you," he said. "Then prove it." He placed an envelope on the table. Inside were divorce papers. Vanilla knew it was childish. She knew Coco trusted her completely. But Hunter's attention made her feel important. So she accepted the dare. And then Coco walked into the room. He saw the papers in her hands. "What's going on?" he asked. The room fell silent. Hunter smiled and said, "It's just a dare, unless you're afraid to sign." One Friday evening, Vanilla sat with her friends in the student lounge. Hunter Pepper leaned against the table with a confident smile. "You always say Coco would do anything for you," he said. "Then prove it." He placed an envelope on the table. Inside were divorce papers. Vanilla knew it was childish. She knew Coco trusted her completely. But Hunter's attention made her feel important. So she accepted the dare. And then Coco walked into the room. He saw the papers in her hands. "What's going on?" he asked. The room fell silent. Hunter smiled and said, "It's just a dare, unless you're afraid to sign." Hashtag Chapter 3, the signature that broke everything. Asterisk voice direction asterisk heartbroken, quiet, with long pauses. Coco looked at Vanilla. He was not angry. He was simply trying to understand how the woman he loved had turned their marriage into a game. "Coco, I can explain," Vanilla whispered. But the explanation no longer mattered. He picked up the pen. His hand trembled as he signed the divorce papers. Vanilla reached for him. "Please don't do this." Coco removed his wedding ring and placed it beside the papers. "You wanted freedom," he said softly. "Now you have it." Then he walked away. Behind him, their marriage ended with one signature and a heart that would never be the same. Voice direction asterisk lonely, reflective, slow, soft piano may be added later. After the divorce, Coco left their apartment. He took his clothes, his books, and the few memories he could carry. But Vanilla remained behind. The apartment felt different without him. His books were gone. His coffee mug was missing. Even the music he played every morning had disappeared. Vanilla tried spending time with Hunter. But the excitement did not last. Hunter had never truly loved her. To him, the divorce was only an entertaining story. One rainy night, Vanilla sat alone beside an untouched strawberry milkshake. She opened an old memory box and found Coco's wedding note. "No matter where life takes us, I'll choose you." Vanilla began to cry. Coco had chosen her every day. She had thrown that love away in one foolish moment. Asterisk voice direction asterisk determined and inspirational with emotional undertones. While Vanilla struggled with regret, Coco began rebuilding his life. He joined the university's engineering department and started working on a solar-powered charging system. At first, it was difficult to focus. Every hallway reminded him of Vanilla. Every quiet moment brought back their memories. But slowly, his pain became motivation. Coco worked harder than ever. With the help of his new friends, Marcus and Lily, his project began to succeed. Then, one afternoon, an acceptance letter arrived. A technology company in Seattle wanted him to join their team after graduation. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. Coco looked at the letter and understood something important. His life had ended once. But now, he was finally learning how to begin again. Asterisk voice direction asterisk soft, sincere, emotionally vulnerable. Vanilla stopped attending parties. She resigned from the dance club and began looking honestly at the person she had become. She started counseling. She volunteered at a community center. And every night, she wrote in a journal. During one session, her counselor asked, "What do you want from Coco?" Vanilla answered, I want him back. Then the counselor asked, what does Coco deserve? Vanilla remained silent. Finally, she whispered, someone who never tests his love. Someone who never makes him feel replaceable. For the first time, Vanilla understood that saying sorry would not be enough. She had to change, even if Coco never returned. She wrote him a letter, but she never sent it. At the end, she wrote, I don't expect you to forgive me. I only hope remembering me will hurt a little less. Asterisk voice direction asterisk begin lively, then become tender and emotional. Spring arrived at Westbridge University. The campus filled with music, food stalls, colorful lights, and excited students. Coco attended the festival with Marcus and Lily. He had only a few weeks left before leaving for Seattle. Then, beneath the cherry trees, he saw Vanilla. She looked different. Not louder, not more popular, just calmer, more honest. Can I talk to you? She asked. Coco nodded. Vanilla held a folder against her chest. I brought something for you. Coco noticed the official documents inside. Remarriage papers? He asked. Vanilla nodded. I know I have no right to ask, she said, but I still love you, and I want the chance to become someone worthy of your trust. Voice direction asterisk deeply emotional, but calm and mature. Coco took the folder from Vanilla. For one brief moment, she believed he might sign. But he returned the papers. I can't do this, he said. Vanilla lowered her eyes. I understand. A new marriage certificate won't erase the old wound, Coco continued. And I'm not ready to trust you again. Tears rolled down Vanilla's cheeks. But this time, she did not argue. She placed the papers on the bench and pushed them away. Then I refuse them too, she said. Coco looked at her in surprise. I refuse to use marriage to force you back into my life. I refuse to demand forgiveness just because I'm sorry. Vanilla took a trembling breath. I will become a better person, even if you never choose me again. For the first time, Coco's anger began to fade. Asterisk voice direction asterisk proud, bittersweet, emotionally restrained. Graduation arrived sooner than either of them expected. Coco's solar energy project won the University Innovation Award. His classmates applauded as he stood on stage beneath the bright ceremony lights. Vanilla watched from the back of the crowd. She was proud of him, not because she wanted him back, but because he had become strong without her. After the ceremony, Vanilla gave Coco a small box. Inside were 2 handmade keychains, a cocoa bean and a vanilla flower. I made them myself, she said. Coco smiled faintly. He attached the cocoa keychain to his travel bag. I'm not ready to marry you again, he told her. Vanilla nodded. I know. I may never be ready. She smiled through her tears. Then take all the time you need. Asterisk voice direction asterisk bittersweet beginning, hopeful ending, cinematic finale. At the train station, Coco prepared to leave for Seattle. Vanilla stood several feet away. She wanted to run toward him, but she stopped herself. Coco noticed. You're not going to ask me to stay? He asked. Vanilla shook her head. Your future matters too. Coco looked at her for a long moment. I can't promise we'll become husband and wife again, he said. I'm not asking for a promise. I can't promise I'll forgive everything. I understand. Coco took one step toward the train. Then he turned back. But when I'm ready, I'll contact you myself. The train began to move. Vanilla waved, but she did not chase him. This time, she let him go. Their marriage had ended because of a dare. But if their love ever returned, it would be because of a choice. A choice made freely, honestly, and without fear. Asterisk use a natural American English anime trailer narrator voice. Maintain clear pronunciation, emotional acting, cinematic pauses, and consistent character name pronunciation. Do not read the headings aloud. Do not add sound effects or background music. Asterisk.